Welcome on into the 411 podcast. Yeah, I was just basically speaking about how this cold weather is here in the lovely New Jersey. But welcome on into the 411 podcast. We have a great show tonight. We have filmmaker, my friend, Mr. Jonathan Martin-Ives coming in the building tonight. So, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody out there who is joining. If you are coming in for the first time, if you've been here, when I say where are you calling from, basically just drop it in the comments and let me know where you're repping. So we have Liz Bullard out there. She's from Connecticut, and I'm right there with you. You're a summer girl. I'm a summer guy. I definitely do not like this cold weather, but it is what it is. So drop it in the comments. Let me know where you are calling from. I want to say thank you to the Facebook family out there. Thank y'all for holding it down. We had Onyx Blade come through yesterday on Twitch. We had D Live family come through the night before. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, D Live, Twitch, Daily Motion. So whatever works for you works for me. Just drop it in the comments and holla at your boy. Before I get started, I want to go ahead and give a very special thank you to my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and serve each and every one of you. Without you supporting, liking, hanging out with me, it just wouldn't work. So thank you so much to everyone who checks me out, and I appreciate all of you. Shout out to Brooklyn. We have Eugenia McCall, David Wayne Fox, Nate Perry. Thank you so much to my Brooklyn family, Lavella. Thank you to Jalea. I saw you out there a couple nights before. Thank you for coming through. Philly. Thank you all so much. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my daughters for, hanging in there with me during this whole podcasting thing that I have going on. And I know it takes a lot of time, energy, but thank you so much for holding me down. My sister, my niece. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So, as we go through the night, if there's any questions that you have for me, or if you want to answer in an anonymous way, you can do whatever you want to do. You can text me at 609-738-0611. That is the official 411 podcast hotline. So if there's any questions that you think are very interesting, you want me to bring it up on a future podcast, you want it to be anonymous, or just some things that you'd like to know, go ahead and text me at 609-738-0611. I'm going to talk to you about last night's show. I had to get a drink first. So, reading between the wines, we had Enrich Mom on last night. And what a great conversation. So you can get clips of the replay on TikTok. Of course, you have it on Instagram, Facebook. It's everywhere. But basically, go back and check out the replay if you've missed the Reading Between the Wines episode from last night. As a reminder, Reading Between the Wines is twice a week. It's on Wednesday and it's on Friday. So yesterday, which was Friday, we had Enrich Mom come through. And she has a book called DIY Credit Repair. So for anybody who is interested in checking your credit out and getting into better financial responsibility, this is probably a book you want to go ahead and check out. And it's also a podcast you probably want to listen to. So definitely check out that replay. We talked about the responsibility it is with cleaning up your credit. She also gave some, great information as far as what she can do on her end to help. And I also dug a little bit into Generation Obligation, which is another podcast episode that's coming up in the future, basically giving you a heads up about it's your generation, it's your responsibility. You have an obligation to take care of yours. And sometimes it comes when it comes to financial responsibility as well. We have an obligation to continue to teach and, guide our children regardless of what age. That's just my personal opinion. And I'm going to speak to you all about that when I do Generation Obligation coming up soon on future podcasts. But the parenting situation, when you decided to have children, when you decided to create a family, that never goes away. In my opinion, that never goes away. Talked a little bit about how when people say, when they turn 18, they're out of my house. I'm done raising my kids. Generation obligation. You have an obligation until the day that you are no longer here. The minute that you decided to create something, God put us on this earth to create. The minute that you decided to create and create a family, create another life, that's your obligation and that's your generation. So it's up to you. But anyway, that's coming up in future. We got a bunch of people coming in here tonight. Thank you so much. Official 16. That works for me. I'll be shortening some people's handle names. Coming hard. What's up? How are you doing? Let me know where you are calling from. Coming hard about mine. There you go. That's a great handle name. Let me know where you're calling from. Liz says, shoot, in my 30s and still you're in your 30s and you still bother your mother. Absolutely. um, your mother, grandparents, people who've been on this earth longer than us, they have some wisdom. So of course, tap into that as much as you can. But then we also have an obligation too to teach and train and give back to. So there will come a time where let me make sure I got this right. Where you get to train the trainer. How about that? I've used that in a past life. There'll come a time in life when you'll get to train the trainer, basically letting them know exactly all of the things that you've learned. What's going on, young Amari? Learning all of it, basically reciting back to them all of the things that you've learned. If you've done the job that you're supposed to do when it comes to living life properly, when your parents get older, there will come a point where you're able to train the trainer. And what a great, beautiful gift that is to be able to give back to them and let them know, hey, I listened to you. I did well. I did this. But that's coming up in future podcasts. So, burning question from last night. This was an interesting one. And the burning question from last night was, you have to choose one. Just one. Only one. One thing to lose. You can either lose your ability to use any motorized vehicles. Whether you're driving it, somebody's driving you, you can no longer step foot in any type of vehicle at all. Or you can lose the ability to use any type of technology, cell phone, tablets, watches, any way that you communicate to the outside, you can lose that. Or you lose the ability to use one of your arms. So you had to pick one. So if you had to pick whether to stop using motorized vehicles, that means you can't drive. That means no one can drive you. You can't step foot in any type of plane, train, automobile, whatever. Or give up all your technology, cell phone, tablets, watches. They even got glasses now too, where you can, read text messages on the inside and talk through your frames. All of that, any type of technology that you communicate to the outside source, you would have to give that up or lose the ability to use one of your arms, hands, arms, whatever you want to call it. So lose the tech. I love driving and travel. That is the perfect question, the perfect answer, because that's exactly what Enrich Mom said. She said, listen, I can lose a lot of different things, but I love to travel. I thought that was interesting because I almost got caught up and I almost picked the motorized vehicles because I was like, hell, I could just walk to wherever I want to get to. But then now you can't get into a plane. You can't do this. You can't do that. So when I second guess, we've been on this planet for however long, and a lot of this technology is new, and they got by and they made it work. So figure, hey, I need my hands. I got to be able to work and do the things that I do. Definitely don't want to stop that. So I guess the best answer is to, lose the technology. So, and anyway, that was the burning questions from last night. Like I said, we have Mr. Jonathan Martin-Ives coming in the building, filmmaker. He's a great guy. He's going to make you laugh too. He always makes me laugh. So we're going to get into Song of the Day. We're talking about self-forgiveness. So self-forgiveness is basically when you hit rock bottom. I've said this before. You can't get any lower. You're tired of pointing fingers. You're tired of blaming everybody else for all of the things that you created. So once you realize that you created all of these things, right? Then comes time where we take a deep breath and say, okay, we created this. Nobody else did this to us. I take full responsibility. But while I'm doing this process here, going through this process, I'm not going to beat myself up too long. I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to acknowledge it and I'm going to say, you know what? I forgive myself. I forgive myself for making the mistakes that I made. And then that starts the whole process. Once you learn how to forgive yourself first, then you'll start to go down the path and check off the list and start to go back and forgive others because you realize that, wow, I should have never given you that attitude. I should have never blamed it on you. It was me who caused all of this and me who created all of this stuff. So what better way for Song of the Day? Miss Anita Baker, 1994, I Apologize, off of the Rhythm of Love album. And Anita Baker is talking about how she had an argument with a lover, and she's basically saying she apologizes because she never meant to treat him that way. So I'm going to go ahead and remix this thing a little bit and flip it up and keep him with the theme I apologize, but apologize to yourself. Apologize for holding yourself in bondage and captivity for so long because that's why, and this is what I feel personally, forgiveness is not able to take shape and take hold because we don't know how to forgive ourselves first and say, okay, I take full responsibility. I can't blame you for anything that is going on in my world because I've allowed you to come here. We are all single one individual beings. We're not attached to people. We attach ourselves to people. We come in here by ourselves, and anything that we have going on in our worlds is because we've allowed it to come in. We've entertained it for however long we entertain it. We let them stay for however long as they want to stay, and then if they don't want to move, we have a responsibility to get up and move ourselves. So if we don't move, that means that we've stayed long enough and stayed hard and stayed long. Song of the Day, I Apologize. Miss Anita Baker, 1994, off of the Rhythm of Love album. And I will say that we need to learn how to apologize to ourselves. We need to learn how to forgive ourselves. We need to learn how to not, stay stuck. We need to learn how to not continuously play those same sad songs. We need to learn how to get up, flip the track, change the song, change the record. People who like film, we got Jonathan Martin-Ives coming in the building tonight. We need to change the movie, start watching something different, start listening to something different, put ourselves in environments that are so much different, that are more forgiving than what we've been doing. And that's just me. That's just me talking. I'm just saying, I finally got to the point where I could forgive myself. And once I learned how to forgive myself, then I was able to forgive others. And I have something that I want to read to y'all tonight from Mr. Tyler Perry. So Tyler Perry says, it's not an easy journey to get to a place where you forgive people, but it's such a powerful place because it frees you. And that's the biggest thing. Like, if you don't want to be stuck in bondage and captivity, you're going to have to forgive somebody. And what a great place to start with self, because everything starts with self. If you learn how to forgive yourself, you'll learn how to be able to forgive others. If you can't forgive yourself, then you can't forgive others. And I spoke yesterday about, or maybe it was the night, 2 nights before, with SOS. I love when people say, I forgive, because I was at that point where I said I forgive, but I really didn't. It's that thing where you say you forgive until you get a flashback. It's that thing where you say you forgive until a song comes on that reminds you of a situation that you were in, or you go to your favorite restaurant that you used to go to with, your ex, and or you're walking in the street and you come across your ex, or you come across old friends that you used to hang out with that you no longer hang with anymore. You said you forgive, right? But then once you get into those situations, your stomach starts to hurt deep down inside. You start to get that jealousy, you start to get that envy, you start to get that rage on the inside. I don't know if anybody out there has experienced those things where you say, "Oh yeah, I forgive you, I forgive that, I'm over it. That doesn't bother me anymore." Until you get into that situation and you're tested, your spirit is tested. You will know that you really, and I'm just speaking from experience, from my own life, use me as an example. You will know that you got to a place of forgiveness when your spirit is tested and there is no more rage. There is no more anger. There is no more pain. There is no more detrimental flashbacks. But there is one thing, it's joy and it's peace. And you're able to take a deep breath and say, "Thank God that I'm no longer in that situation anymore. Thank God that I've learned how to forgive that person, because guess what? I'm in a new mindset. I'm in a new state." Wow. I'm speaking from experience, y'all, from my own life experience. And I've been to a point where I used to say I forgive people. You know that old thing, "You forgive me, please forgive me." Yeah, I forgive you. But then deep down inside, you really don't. You're still angry about it. You're still bitter about it. You still want to rip somebody's face off. You still want to cuss people out because it still keeps replaying in your mind. So we have these dungeons where we trap people in our minds. They could care less. They ain't worried about it. Whether they hurt you, whether they didn't hurt you, who cares? The person that we keep trapped in our mind, or they're already gone. They're already gone and they moved on to the next person if they haven't learned their lesson. But that's not up to us to determine, you know, because that's the karmic law. What goes around comes around. So if they hurt you, don't get so wrapped up and trapped up worrying about how you're going to get back at somebody. Karmic law is going to go ahead and change that around anyway. But we keep people trapped in our mind, and I call it the dungeon, where you keep people prisoners and you keep replaying the same thing over and over and over and over again. You got that person trapped, so now it's the opportunity for you to finally go up to them and tell them exactly how you feel about the situation. Remind them of the things that they've used to done to you over and over and over again. Meanwhile, that other person is going far away. Far, far away. Moved on to the next one, maybe the third, maybe the fourth, maybe the fifth, but you still stuck in that same situation. You will never be able to move past and get to the next level in your life if you continue to keep people trapped and stuck in your own personal dungeon in your mind. So, in order to free all of that stuff up and to break up all of the prisoners and let them free and let them escape and move on, you have to learn how to forgive yourself. Once you learn how to forgive yourself, you'll learn how to forgive others. Song of the day, Miss Anita Baker. I apologize. Start apologizing to yourself for putting yourself in the situations that you're in. Nobody did anything to you. You did it to yourself. And that's what I had to speak to myself that way. I can't blame anybody. I can't point fingers. I can't stay stuck saying that you did this to me. Some people, they live off of that, playing a victim, blaming somebody else for something, the hurt that is caused inside of them. And it just doesn't work that way. Ask me how I know, because I've been there before. I've been decades of not forgiving people, decades of blaming people, decades of just being a not so nice person. I'll put it that way. Well, that was deep. That was heavy. And it's time for us to go ahead and get Mr. Jonathan Martin-Ives in here. Let's see what's going on in his neck of the woods. See if we can pull him up here. Again, if you are out there, please drop it in the comments and let me know where you are calling from. And see if my computer system is going to cooperate today. Looks like it's a little slow. Hang in there with me a little bit. I gotta check something out. I'm wondering what in the world is going on tonight. We gonna have to reset something a little bit. I appreciate y'all for hanging out there with me. Trying to get Mr. Jonathan Martin-Ives on the phone here. We got some names out there that I don't even know how to pronounce. I'm gonna just call you Baba. Baba, how are you doing? Where are you calling from tonight? Master Styling, where are you calling from? I am the MJB. Interesting. Are you the Mary J. Blige? Hmm. You're not the real Mary J. Blige. But I like the handle name. I am the MJB. Standbys, we are experiencing a little technical difficulties here. We're gonna break through. I appreciate you hanging out there on TikTok. Let me know where you're calling from. Okay, okay, okay. All right, looks like we're making some headway here. Okay, here we go.
Well, hello.
Finally, what's going on?
Everything and nothing all at once.
I had a little technical difficulty, so I don't know. But we here.
Technical difficulties. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, you know how computers are. A lot of people complain about the computers, but most of the time it's the users, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say. Are you? You remind me of somebody who's like a real computer techie type person.
I am very bad with technology.
I don't think so. You better than I am with some things.
Well, I've had to make myself do a few things, so.
Well, I'd like to say thank you so much for coming back. Um, Congratulations on your new project. Now,
Thank you, thank you.
now I was supposed to watch the movie, but I kind of ran
Yeah,
out.
how about that?
I kind of ran out of time. You know, it's not like I just been sitting here twiddling my thumbs. Got a lot going on here lately. So, but I am going to watch.
Yeah, well, I know you're famous.
Wait, say it again.
Yeah, I know you're famous. You know, famous people have a lot going on, so. We'll
Yeah,
forgive you this time.
yeah, yeah. Says the guy who has two movies out, going to two movies out, going to film festivals. Yeah, let's talk about people who are famous.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness! Let everybody know where you're calling from.
I am calling from Colorado Springs, Colorado, the coldest place on earth right now.
Well, Jersey's been in the 20s. What's your temperature like?
We're about 19 right now.
That's terrible. I don't want to come to that area during this time frame. When does it warm up?
Oh, come on.
No.
It's good for you. Put hair on your chest. All right.
No, I'm good. That's terrible. When does it get warm?
Probably March.
And what do you consider warm? Because my warm and your warm is totally different.
Well, when your boogers don't turn to icicles.
Well, okay. So my warm when I'm comfortable is like 80 degrees.
Okay, I'd say probably 50.
Nah, that's just not cool. What's the highest temperature that it gets in the summertime?
Well, Pueblo usually can get to 100 or so. We've gotten close to 90 here, so.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Whatever month that is, I'll come during that time frame.
Okay, I'll save you a seat.
All right, so fill me in on this new project you got. Invader, right?
Invader from Planet X. It's a short little sci-fi film, about 10 minutes.
So, how long did it take you to come up with everything? Between the time you wrote it, filmed it, edited it, and all of that stuff, how long does that take?
Oh, about a good month.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It would have been short. Well, it would have been shorter, but you have to. If you're depending on other people, then sometimes things take a little longer.
So, are you working on any new projects now? Since after this has been out?
No, I am currently working on. I think I'm up to 20 shorts now. I'm currently trying to submit to a lot of festivals and get somewhere. I just got a rejection notice from Sundance even before you called me, so.
I mean, that's a big one.
I was kind of bummed about that.
But that's a big one. That's okay.
It is a big one, and yeah. Well, no, it's not okay. I'd rather than say, hey, yeah, come on aboard, something like that.
Well, I spoke the other night about your rejection, my protection. Sometimes when we get rejected from things, it's done on purpose to protect us. Now, I don't know what you sent them, but maybe there's a lot of heavy competition. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to reevaluate things because, like I said, that's a big festival. That's a big one.
Well, I appreciate that, but no, it actually just sucks ass. So.
Oh, okay. But you never know. Like maybe, that door doesn't open, that one gets shut down, but another opportunity is going to come around the corner. So rejection sometimes can be a good thing.
Yeah, well, I can appreciate that assessment. Yeah.
Well,
but it still sucks butt.
Oh my goodness. All right, so
and you invited me of your own free will.
I love it. So tell me about your new film, short film.
Well, it's about an alien who he's an escaped convict type alien with a very giant head, and he comes down to Earth to wreak havoc upon everything.
Interesting. Now I know you're not going to tell me about.
A few people.
Oh. Now I know you're not going to tell me the whole ins and out of it. I have to watch it myself, which is fine. I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to give you feedback on it. Of course, I'll watch it on my birthday. when I have time to, you know, relax a little bit. But speaking of extraterrestrials, do you believe that they have to come down from anywhere, or do you think that they're amongst us already?
Oh, all of the above.
Oh, okay.
I think they're still coming down, even crashing, whatever. I'm thinking ever since the Eisenhower presidency, they've been here. Well, even before that, but I really think that was a big time thing when he was in office. They were actually talking to each other, the government and aliens, from what I've heard. So.
Right. And I love how filmmakers, and I'm putting you in that category because you're a filmmaker. I love how filmmakers always portray them as wanting to hurt us. And how about they are nice, kind, gentle creatures? Do you believe that?
Well, yes, I am, but
It's funny that you say that because a lot of people think that they're aliens.
Well, if you are, you are. If you're not, then you're Will Smith. I don't know.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the characters inside your short film.
Well, the main character's name is Zorg.
And
like I said, he's,
And did you play him? Because I saw you dressed up like that.
Yeah, well, that happened because, as with most of my endeavors, I think I'm depending on someone and they flake out on me. So that happens a lot in indie film, people drop out and you just have to do what you have to do. So, I put on this giant head and went downtown, and people were, of course, in their cars looking. And at one point, we had a really bloody scene on the street, and this one lady stopped a car, and she's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?"
Oh wow!
To my victim and stuff, and and she's all flipping out, and we're like, "It's just a movie. It's just a movie. It's just a movie." So she wouldn't call it cops or anything. Then some other lady shows up walking her dog, and she's like, "Oh, I've seen worse downtown." Just keeps on going.
So when you said it was a bloody scene, fake blood, of course. Don't anybody freak out. Fake blood. Were you like pouring it on the concrete and stuff, or just like on your body?
Oh yeah, all of it. Yeah, basically, I had to simulate a guy's arm getting ripped off, and
And so you don't get
blood flowing down onto the concrete.
And you don't get in trouble for. Can that be considered littering and stuff unless you get permission?
Well, we washed it. It's washable, so we just rinsed it and it went down the street.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, because that could be a hefty fine, huh?
That could be. But like I said, luckily we were doing guerrilla filming, so nobody, messed with us.
Are you willing to push the envelope to that point where you're willing to, get fines? Because I know that there are people who do filming and recording. For example, a lot of the pranksters, people who do pranks, they will push the envelope to where they get in trouble and get fines just to get that great moment or get that great shot or get that great clip. Are you willing to do that as a filmmaker?
No.
No?
I'd rather spend my money on the film. No, I mean,
that makes
there was one point where I really wanted this shot. I wanted this guy to be filmed at Garden of the Gods. I don't know if you know what that is, but
you told me about it. I want no parts of it.
Yeah, but in order to do that, I would have had to pay like $200 or $300 to a licensed drone pilot, to fly this thing, this scene and stuff. And it was like, nope, we'll go somewhere else. We went somewhere else, and the scene turned out really good. So, sometimes you have to think outside the box and, just get your kicks on Route 66,
Yeah. So tell everybody about Garden of the Gods.
Yeah. Garden of the Gods here in Colorado Springs is a beautiful, breathtaking, natural park with amazing rock formations, and each of them have names to them, like there's the Siamese twins, kissing camels, stuff like that. If you Google it, you'll see just what I'm talking about. It's beautiful. We also have another park out east of me called Paint Mines, and it has all these beautiful rock formations that are different colors and stuff like that.
Well, that's different.
We filmed our first movie there.
That's different if it's rocks. I don't like sculptures. Or am I?
Oh, you don't like
I said the
Star Kemp stuff that I was going to have you. Oh, come on.
No, I don't do
It's wind sculptures.
It's not sculpture. Sculptures can be anything. But what I don't like are statues. That's it. I don't like statues, like human statues, statues of animals, anything that in my mind I feel can come to life. I don't like that. I've watched too many movies. I don't want any of that. You walk past it, and then something in your mind is like, is it following me? Are the eyes moving? Those are just some of the things that I think in my mind, especially large statues that are, are ginormous. I don't like that.
Oh, well. We'll get you over that fear one day.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm over it already. You want to know why?
Oh, please tell me why.
Because I ain't going nowhere near it. If I don't go nowhere near it, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I saw that coming from a mile away. Yeah. Right.
So, next movie. You were supposed to cast me in the next movie, which didn't happen. So I guess it won't hurt for me to, throw it out there again. If you cast me in the next movie, then you don't have to worry about people not showing up and doing their part.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold you to that, because actually what we did for this movie, we had one of your cohorts from New Jersey. Well, she was living in New York now, but Genevieve Rossi, she's a famous horror actress and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We had her film a scene where she lived and send it to me, green screen and stuff, and yeah, she's in this movie as well.
I got you. I remember you telling me about that.
So
wasn't she in the last one?
Yeah,
or?
So we do the same with you.
Was she?
Yeah, she was a voiceover for the first one. Yeah.
Which I love, by the way. And did you have your wife in the second one?
Yeah, she plays a reporter who's basically covering Zorg's attack that happened downtown.
Nice. I love that. And you have your family in there, your friends. So what's it
They're the
like?
only ones who put up with me, yes.
What's it like after the film is done? What do you do? It's all together, packaged properly. You got everything edited, and it's ready to go. What's a day in your life like after that?
Well, like I said, just throwing it out to a number of festivals and stuff.
Wait, did you say?
The short,
Can you go back and say that again? You said throw it out to a number of what?
film festivals, you know.
I thought you said that, but okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, the short version of this movie, which is called Zorg, Monster from Space. It's like 3 minutes. And so I threw that out to a local festival here, and they picked it up and showed it in October.
That's
And as they say, the crowd went wild. It was pretty cool to see, your creation up on screen and, hearing people in back of you say, "Oh, that was awesome. That was cool."
ladies and
It was a life-changing experience, actually, going to a festival.
ladies and gentlemen, you hear it now. Jonathan Martin-Ives, before he gets all brand new and doesn't remember that he was on a 4-1 podcast. Telling you, 3 minutes is very short. So for you to be able to create a film within 3 minutes and capture people and have that response afterwards, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I fully intend to be at next year's festival. I'm submitting like tons of movies. I've already warned the showrunner, you're going to be sick of me by the time your next festival comes along.
Well, that's great. I'm glad that you are doing what you love to do. Um, is this is your calling? Do you believe this is your calling in life?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, totally. I mean, after writing books and stuff like that, this is a much better way for me to go. I don't have to worry about punctuation or anything like that, or bad writing. Just film and edit, and the rest is history. It's much better for me.
Now, when you're working in the studio, when you're putting everything together, does it feel like work to you?
Oh no, it's fun. That's the most fun. Actually, trying to gather talent, and sometimes even the filming can be really fun. But the editing and putting everything together and then seeing, your baby born pretty much is the icing on the cake. That's the best part.
Interesting. I remember I was talking to you about, a project that I wanted to work on, and you're like, yeah, do this, do this, do this, do that. And then I looked at it, and you know what my response was?
Please tell us.
My response was absolutely not. Now, and I'm speaking of where I'm at here. We only spoke a couple months ago. Where I'm at here right now, probably not for me to be able to do that just yet. Um, Somewhere down the line in the future, maybe. But yeah, I give it up to you. That's a lot of work.
Well, I challenge you here on your famous show here. I would like to have you record a scene or something for me, and yeah, I will put it in the next movie.
Well, that is a challenge.
We'll have to get together on that.
Yeah, that's the challenge. As long as you guide me, since you're the expert, hey, we'll see.
Okay, I'll hold you to that.
Well, you just let me know, and I'm sure. So I want to say what's up to everybody out there. The Age of Improvement. Never heard that name before. Larry.129. I think you were here yesterday. And Payne 410. I think you were here yesterday too. Anyway, welcome on into the 411 podcast. If you're out there on Facebook, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. We have filmmaker Jonathan Martin-Ives all the way from hot and sunny Colorado, which is yeah, more like ice chest.
Yeah, the planet hot.
Ice chest, Colorado.
Yeah, ice station 0. Yeah.
Freaking 19 degrees. That's crazy. How is it starting your car up in the morning?
My car basically looks at me and says, no, this isn't going to happen. But it happens anyway, so.
I forgot what part. Maybe it's Minnesota or something where they have to actually put like a engine warmer on or something to keep everything flowing properly. And I'm probably saying it wrong. I don't know much about cars like that. Does that sound familiar?
Oh yeah.
You guys don't have that issue where you're at, right?
Well, if it gets cold enough, like below 0 and stuff like that, yeah, sometimes we have trouble.
No.
Especially on older cars and stuff. You might have to spray some engine fluid in there and, get it going, but...
That's crazy. That is super crazy.
Building cars better now, so...
I want no parts of that at all. All right. Well, it's your favorite time of the 411 podcast.
Oh, joy. I can't wait. Let's
go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this now is the burning question segment. So if you like to participate, if you have any burning questions that you'd like me to bring up in future podcasts, you can text me at 609-738-0611. Again, that number is 609-738-0611. That is the official 411 podcast hotline. Burning question for tonight is, and this is from Mr. Jonathan Martin-Ives, if you had to be obsessed with money, sex, sports, religion, or food, which one would you choose and why? Now I'm going to go ahead and repeat that again for everybody. And for those of you out there, if you can drop it in the comments and let me know what you feel about this. If you had to be obsessed with money, sex, sports, religion, or food, which one would you choose and why?
Well, of course, it would have to be money because I can get all the other stuff with money.
Absolutely. That's it. Yeah. You know what? I wanted you to pick something else. I wanted you to pick something else, but that is the ultimate answer right there, because with money, you can pretty much get all of those things.
Okay, well, I'll say sex then.
But why would you pick that?
Because at my age, I need to get it while I can.
Oh, that is funny.
Come on, I'm going to be 60 next month.
Well, I've heard that as you get older, it increases. No?
Yeah, but sometimes as you get older, it's like a Pac-Man game, and at the end of it, you don't want that.
Oh my God, that's funny. Uh, Leave it to Jonathan Martin-Ives. That's super funny.
Well, like I said, you invited me of your own free will, so here you go.
Okay, so I love to do this. Do you have a burning question for me? I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Here we go. I shouldn't have said that.
Well, actually, I throw your burning question at you. How would you answer your own question?
Oh, of course, the money, because you can get everything else with that. Definitely.
Well, see, that's no fair. You want me to... No, okay, I want you to pick something else now.
Oh, okay. Out of that, definitely I would not pick food. I think that that's terrible to be obsessed with food. You know what the outcome that's going to be. You're going to be, you know, a freaking house sitting around eating all day. So absolutely not. Um,
But tell that to the Flash, though.
To be obsessed with sex, I think that would be too much because after a while you're going to get tired of that. And then you're going to feel like you're.
Yeah, maybe you will.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. What's going on? Thank you for joining. I see you out there. Um, I would say religion, actually. And I wish I can change it because I really wouldn't say religion, but only reason why I would pick religion is because the knowledge that you would be able to gain. And not to be obsessed with religion like, oh, I have to be religious in my acts. But I would say obsessed with religion from the fact of a learning perspective, if that makes sense.
Oh, no, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Because with practicing, not practicing, but learning, you'll be able to level up and you'll be able to get money, which then will be able to turn around and get other things too. So it all comes full circle, I guess.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that, but I'd rather have money and sex, so there you go.
Of course. Well, I picked money because, again, of course. But
Yeah.
I think to pick food, I think to pick sex, I think that's just an easy cop out. And with those two, you're probably destined to crash and burn real quick. Now, even with money, you can crash and burn, and that could be reckless too.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So
Michael Jackson, look what happened to him.
yeah, he has a movie out or something coming out, a biopic or something like that. I don't know if it's out or coming out, but I heard that that's coming soon.
Well, I'd still rather see Godzilla -1. So
You weren't a Michael Jackson fan?
when I actually had hair and I would wear my biker jackets and stuff, I got horribly teased by people, and people going tee and all that stuff because they said I look like Michael Jackson and all this garbage, and I got no respect from that. But as an artist, I really did admire him. I went to go see his Bad concert, and it was awesome. But there were some things, and not the molestation stuff or whatever, but some of his business practices I wasn't too thrilled with. There's this girl who was in the Thriller video. He shortchanged her. He screwed her over. I wasn't too cool about that.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Well, yeah, allegedly. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I have to make everything PC. Okay.
Right.
Well, allegedly, he screwed this chick over. Allegedly, also he.
Wait. Back up. Was that the main one that was acting in there with him?
Yeah.
I heard that before. I heard that didn't go down well, but then it sort of went away. So, Thank you for bringing that to my attention again. She definitely made. Yeah, that was great chemistry between those two on film. But go ahead.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But like I said, he was a great artist, and love a lot of his music. But as a person, just like with Elvis, a lot of that has deteriorated, and you have to be able to separate the two.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know because you didn't meet them.
Yeah. So you can still enjoy the music, but you have to, kind of hold your hand up and say, okay, I'm going to enjoy this music. Whatever allegedly has happened, and you weren't there to witness it, so, whatever.
Yes. Now, I would love to see the pictures of you looking like Michael Jackson.
No, you wouldn't.
You still have those floating around?
Oh, I'm sure my wife could dig up a few.
Okay. I would love to see them. I'll reach out to her because I'm sure she'll get them for me.
Yeah. Well, there is one that I call my Japanese afro that I really still love. I'll send that one to you.
And you had the Thriller jacket and everything, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. I could see that. Well, Martin-Ives, it's almost time to get out of here. So, if you could take this time to let everybody know.
Pardon me, sweet sorrow.
Wait, say it again?
I said, parting is such sweet sorrow.
If you can just let us know where we can follow you at, where we can get your films and your books and all of that great stuff.
Well, currently the best way to look me over is go to YouTube and look up Colorado Sci-Fi Guy, and it's a little channel that I've started, so there's not too much content on there yet, but it's worth a giggle or two.
When's the first movie going to be available? Because I know you said not yet.
Well, I'm letting it run through the festivals and stuff like that, and they usually say about 2 years.
Oh, wow.
After you've created one. And then after that, they're pretty much like, no, we don't want to see it if it's like 2 or 3 years old. So,
is that one of the things that once
I'll
it's...
probably put it on YouTube after that.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that one of the things that once it's in circulation at the movie festivals, it's not allowed to be on YouTube or anywhere else?
Well, they pretty much frown upon that.
Gotcha.
I have seen movies that, like for example, there was this one comic book movie that played at the festival I was at. It's on YouTube currently, and but they still show it around. They still enter festivals with it and stuff. I just choose to be a little more respectful, because if you think about it, your festival goers who are paying good money to see all these movies,
right.
If they could see it on YouTube,
Right.
why go to the festival?
Absolutely. That makes sense. Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, however, there is a cut of Soul of St. Ives, my first movie, that I do play on my channel. It's the full-length version, because the festivals don't like to have, if you're doing a short, they don't want it, a long version. So I did sneak that one in, if anybody wants to look that up and find it.
And you are Colorado sci-fi guy?
Yeah.
All right, that's easy enough, everybody. Colorado sci-fi guy on YouTube. And then the name of the new movie again?
Invader from Planet X.
Invader from Planet X. So yes, I will go ahead and check out this movie, or your short movie, and give you feedback on that as well. And it was nice catching up with you. Thank you for coming on the 4-1 as well.
Well, thank you for having me.
I think this is about what, your third, fourth time, maybe.
Yes, you've had to suffer with me about 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
So you are family at this moment, and anytime that you like to come back, anytime that you like to come back, of course, you most certainly can. But I see that you are gonna blow up and be super famous and all of that great stuff.
Oh, well, see, when that happens, then you'll actually want me back. So.
Yeah, you'll be back. You will be back.
That's right, just like Terminator.
And I'll visit your area when it's warm. So if you want me to film anything on set, we need to do it in the summer months, because I ain't coming there in the wintertime.
All right, well, like I said, I'll hold you to it. Like I said, you can remotely film something. I know how to actually work people in now, so
well, that's
make
good.
it look like they're actually part of everything.
I will be ready for your tutorial, because that's exactly what's going to need to happen. But yeah. All right, sir. Well, it was nice catching up with you. Say hello to Linda. And on that note, I will see you when I see you.
All righty then. Thanks for having me.
All right. You're welcome. Take care. Talk to you soon.
All righty.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Well, there you have it. That was Mr. Jonathan Martin-Ives, filmmaker from Colorado. And I want to say thank you so much for joining in and hanging in there with me. I see a couple of you all still out there. Looks like my daughter joined in tonight as well. So I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx anything, but I have to. I got a little itchy and scratchy going on when it comes to my throat. And I'm like, all right, I don't want to lose my voice now. So anyway, so I put that out there. And now once I get off of here, I'm going to have me some nice, warm, hot, soothing tea to make sure that, we continue to keep up and stay up. Anyway, but thank you all so much for joining in tonight. Thank you so much to Jonathan Martin-Ives. Facebook continues to do their thing. Instagram, TikTok as well. So thank you all for your love and support. I appreciate each and every one of you. And let's see what we got here. We have freestyle sessions tomorrow, but I think I'm going to pull in a very special guest tomorrow. So we will see. You might have a nice surprise tomorrow here on the 411 podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have live from Celebration, Florida, Reading Between the Wines. And we have the 411 podcast show, December 8th, December 9th, and December 10th. 3 shows from Celebration, Florida. Can't wait for that. Author Lauren Schultz and author Liz Bullard coming in next week for Reading Between the Wines. I saw Liz out there tonight. I want to thank her for coming in and joining. As well, you can catch all of the replays and all of the 411 and Reading Between the Wines stuff by heading over to Laren Gaines. And that's at Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, D Live, Twitch, Daily Motion. If you want to get the audio version, the full audio version of Dis 3 Evolution, you will head on over to X, which is formerly known as Twitter. And I have 17 tracks of all of the things that we are discussing night after night here during the live set. But you will get everything in audio version from top to bottom, 17 tracks, and you'll be able to get a preview of what we have going on here during Evolution Live. Everything is at Laren Gaines. You can also go to larengaines.com if you want to check me out, find out what I got going on there, because there's definitely some surprises at larengaines.com. Number one, you will see there is the coaching sessions. So if you want a one-on-one private coaching conversation with me, you can head on over to Laren Gaines and, check me out and book that. And I'm booking up for January right now. And that's the coaching sessions. You'll find that at Laren Gaines. You'll find vacation with me if you want to go ahead and get some advice on some travel plans. If you're looking for me to set up your itinerary for your next adventure, your next trip, you can go ahead and text me at 609-738-0611. And you can also DM me as well. Let me know what area you're looking to travel in. I have, vacations away from home, basically. So a home away from home. You're going to get a condominium lifestyle, with me. Most units have washers, dryers, multiple bedrooms, multiple bathrooms. So it's a condominium lifestyle while you're on vacation, a home away from home. So check me out on vacation with me. Also, I have something exciting on larengaines.com. If you head on over to that, you can go ahead and sign up for something new that's coming out next month. Whispers of Wisdom. That is a newsletter that's going to give you all of the Laren Gaines stuff, everything that I have going on. You're going to get a little bit of the 411 podcast. You're going to get a little bit of Reading Between the Wines. I'm going to give you a wine of the month. You're going to get some inspiration. You're going to get some quotes. You're going to get some travel. You're going to get some adventure. All things Laren Gaines at the Whispers of Wisdom newsletter. How can you sign up for that? Easy. You can head on over to larengaines.com. Once you get the prompt, you can go ahead and sign up for that. You're going to get one awesome email once a month. Just one. So if you like to learn about all of the great up and coming things that I have going on, plus wine, podcast, adventure, wisdom, quotes, all of that great stuff, head on over to larengaines.com and sign up for my new newsletter that's coming out next month, Whispers of Wisdom. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is a wrap. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who joined in tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the 411 podcast. And like I said, I might have a special guest tomorrow. Very special guest. We'll see. Come back tomorrow and we'll see. Thank you all so much. Have a good night. Take care.